and welcome to the MusicBox Chatters podcast with me, Tioni, hosting the show, and you'll be hearing from Chloe, Arjun, and Diva sometime in the future. If you don't know me personally, well, hi, I'm a psychologist and a radio presenter, just to throw it out there. So, as you can see, this is our first ever podcast, and we're super excited to be chatting to you about well-being and lifestyle. There will be some heavy topics, but we'll definitely be keeping it lighthearted, and hopefully you can relate, and if not, learn something new. So, quick backstory for you all. Myself and the girls are running our own company called ToyBox, which is all about educating and breaking stigma on mental health and well-being. And as psychologists ourselves, we're quite passionate about these topics. So we came up with the idea of creating our own podcast on the side, and each month we'll be talking about a new mental illness. So definitely go check out our page on Instagram at ToyBox_UK to stay up to date, and more details can also be found here in the description box. So today I'll be diving into the topic of major depression. Now, how many times have you heard things like, oh yeah, you can just simply snap out of it? Or, yeah, you're just sad, it will pass. Now, I know a lot of you are probably nodding your head right now and going, oh yeah, like I've definitely heard that one before. But the real question is, who can we blame for these misconceptions? The media, cultures, society as a whole? Well, to be honest, it's probably all of them. Like, for example, do you remember the internet backlash with the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why? Well, I definitely spotted a couple of stereotypes about depression on there, to be honest. And one thing I've learned from doing research and listening to people's stories is that depression is presented so differently for different people. So it's almost impossible to outline every type of detail. So the reality is that it could be obvious that someone is depressed, or it could also be that you'd never in a million years guess that person is depressed. So I was looking at the numbers and saw that globally more than 264 million people of all ages suffer from depression. That is some crazy numbers, but if you're listening and going through depression, then that is evidence that you're not alone. And so this made me think, why is it that as each year passes by, more and more people are finding it difficult to go by with their everyday life? So far, we have scientific evidence for 9 different causes of depression. 2 of them are known to be biological, such as chemical imbalances, but most of the causes are proven to cause depression from factors in the way we live, so our lifestyle. So there really needs to be more solutions other than medication to help people cope with it. It's quite interesting since, say for example, if I take away your basic needs such as food, water, shelter, you will definitely be in deep shit, right? So in the same way, we human beings, we all have psychological needs, such as the need to feel belonged, feel worthy, and feel purpose in life. So my point is that we struggled to satisfy these psychological needs, and that is one of many reasons why numbers are always rising, because the focus is always on the biological factors. Now, I'm not saying discard these biological factors. What I'm saying is that we need to consider the psychological factors as important as well. So how can we help? Well, it's all about finding treatments that suit you, as well as having a wide support network and being able to express your thoughts and feelings, and also changing your lifestyle choices. There are the traditional methods of treatment such as CBT and antidepressants available, but treatments such as music, art, drama therapy may work much better for some people. Couple weeks ago on our Instagram, we asked you to share your personal stories related to depression. Those of you who shared your amazing stories, thank you so much. It was very moving to hear your journeys. I had someone saying depression is like being a background character in your own story. And from an outsider's perspective, this really helps us to understand how people with depression go through pretty much every day. One thing I found in common in people's stories is that they tend to feel hopelessness, worthless, and no motivation to really do the things they love. But the minute they have reached out for professional help or help from someone in their lives and start changing their lifestyle by doing things like meditating, exercising, it has made a huge positive difference to their lifestyle. Someone else mentioned they have gone through the process of soul searching, and through this process, this helped them channel all their negative thoughts and emotions into positive ones. And I think it's all about accepting it. Even though it can be really hard, it's all about being comfortable in your own skin and trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel. So one thing I want you to take from this is that you're not weak, you're not crazy. You could be successful and depressed. You can have everything going for you and still be depressed. You're a human being and it's okay to be not okay. So thank you again for sharing your stories, and I hope you all keep sharing your stories and experiences around. It's definitely important to mention that there are different types of depression other than major depression, such as seasonal affective disorder and melancholia, and many more, which we will definitely go into more depth down the line in the future. Feel free to reach out to us if you're struggling or know anyone who is, and we'll be happy to signpost you to suitable help. So on a lighter note, we decided to make a playlist with tunes around mental health, and we'll be adding onto the playlist each month. So definitely go and check that out. Before I end it here, if you suffer from depression or if you don't suffer from depression, I have a challenge for you. Make a conscious effort to help break the stigma. Share this podcast, share your stories, educate others, and check up on your close ones. Thank you for tuning in with me. It's your host, Tioni, and I'll definitely be back next month with episode 2 with a new topic. In the meantime, go follow us on Instagram at ToyBox_UK for the latest.